When personal bias is involved in a hiring process, the main entity that suffers would be the business. You and I are friends, and say I was a hiring manager, you are a supplier that has some candidates to submit to a requisition to land a contract. The simple fact that I know you and like you and we get along great might make me inclined to hire your candidates and reward you the contract. In that situation, the business suffers because the most qualified candidate didn't get chosen. The collaboration module pretty much gives the supplier a chance to ask questions that are very important and very relevant to a requisition without ever jeopardizing the vendor neutrality. So once they get invited to a discussion that the hiring manager or the MSP has set up, the supplier will be able to view the conversation. All the supplier would see would be randomly generated usernames. The manager sees the names of the actual users. If the supplier has a question, then they have to raise their hand, at which point the organizers of the discussion give permission for the supplier to ask a question or follow up with a comment. If the supplier does anything that's out of line, for example, request the names of the hiring manager, then they can be booted from the conversation and restricted from offering more questions. Ultimately, the goal in optimizing your costs is to finding the most qualified candidate. And the way to find the most qualified candidate is to remove the identities of anyone that is not that actual candidate.